Hello, people of the planet. Welcome back to my channel. This is Port Charles Public Radio, brought to you by me. My name is Abby. And this is my new apartment. Anyway, I'm not going to get bored saying that one. Let's talk about today's episode. Today is Monday. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 people on today. Well, we got to start with Nina and Jax just having sex for I don't know how long until he came back with the coffee and she was just passed out naked under a blanket. And she was like, yeah, coffee's great, but like, do you have sustenance? And he said, no. I don't normally keep food in my house. What do you mean you don't normally keep food in your house, dude? Like, you have a daughter. I guess she hasn't came over yet, but like, okay. That's kind of hilarious. I don't normally keep food in my apartment. It's not even nighttime and I'm yawning. Anyway, so they talked about how they're going to describe their relationship, and they, Jax went ahead and said honest, above board, and private. Because he has a daughter and he doesn't like skulking, keeping a secret and things like that. That was good. I think, this is new for Nina to have like an adult relationship. So, those two decided to go have breakfast at the Metro Court, which is where they both work, and there happens to be a Valentine there. Valentine, who was wearing his sunglasses inside, because I guess he had a little way too much to drink last night, obviously, because, he was having weirdo horror dreams of fucking Elena. Yeah, he decides to go bother them, He said, when you're finished running, I'll be here waiting for you. So he didn't have anything private he wanted to really discuss with her other than, like, you can stay with Jax, but, like, when you're done with Jax, I'll forgive you and I'll let you be with me. And she didn't even want to look at him. She can't look at him because I think when she looks at him, she falls for it. So, it didn't take long for her to move on, I guess, because that's the type that she is. She sees something she likes, she's just going to go after it. And she's a very sexual being, so she's going to make it work. Then they started having their breakfast together, and then she started talking about work, and she was like, is it okay if I talk about work? Is this a date? Is this a non-date? Can I talk about business with you when we're on dates? And is it going to be weird because you feel obligated to say yes just because we're on a date? Because I don't want you to feel that. And he was like, well, I'm not going to do that. And she's like, okay, I believe you. So they had a meeting with HR this afternoon. We'll see how that goes, if HR is going to let them date. I'm sure they will. They're both adults. Let's see. Yeah, so that's what's going on with those two. Lulu wanted to run into Valentine and ask him, hey, you going to change your last name? I need to know for the court battle. And he was like, my name is Valentine Mikostovich, whatever bullshit, Cassadine. And it's going to stay that way. It's the name I've always had, and Charlotte will stay Charlotte Cassadine as far as I'm concerned. And she was like, Lulu's like, well, as far as I'm concerned, she wouldn't have you in her life at all, but it's not really my concern. He was like, Lulu, you can't take me out of her life. We're both a part of it. Grow up. And she's like, you only have the same best interest. You only have what's best interest for Charlotte whenever it aligns with your interests. I don't know if I disagree with her there, but also if I agree with what she's saying. Because Lulu's just being a fucking brat, in my opinion. Anyway, so that's what's going on with those people. So then Lulu goes to have this conversation with Brando. I guess for whatever reason, he chose to, he's been dodging all the reporters TV people except for her. He didn't specifically say why, other than maybe her full disclosure that she is Carly's cousin. So why did he go have a meeting with her and not anybody else to burn the story? probably because he also did his research, and that is in fact Carly's cousin, and he knew that. So he was feeling out how much she knew, right? And all she did was praise him for being awesome, and she said to him, "Look, um, all the news stories love heroes, and they're going to try to pull everything out of you they can because let's face it, you did save Carly Corinthos." So, I'm so sorry. I'm not sure why I'm yawning. So, if you have any secrets that need to come out or things you need to bury, now's the time to do it because someone else is going to do it for you. And I think that scared him. So he went to go run to Sunny and Carly to say, okay, I signed up for this lie just like mom, or because my mom did. So, like, what do I do to not fuck it up? And Sunny, Carly, Dev, and Brando all came to an agreement that they can send Dev to boarding school and they can agree to fund Brando's way to Chicago because I'm not sure if that's where he was from or if that's where he was going to next or what, but that's where they want to take him. And he said, okay. So I'm not sure if this is all going to be buttoned up, but I guess they're going to try to button it up that way. Let's see what happens. I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest. I think he's working with bad people. That or Gladys isn't going to let him go. I don't know. We'll see. I hate to see Dev go, but it is what it is. Maybe he'll go next week. That's what he was saying was if I go as quickly as next week, I'll be there for their trimester. So, and that was cute. Carly saying, I'm going to miss you. The girls are going to miss you. Even Mike and his Alzheimer's are going to miss you. So, like, you're going to have to bring back on vacations your laundry like the other kids. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with those people. I don't even know why I'm yawning. I had a coffee earlier. Yeah, so let's see. What else can we talk about? So after Lulu talked to them, or talked to Brando, she went to go sit with Dusty, who was kind of talking to Brooke before. She was like, that table's reserved, sorry. I didn't understand what that meant until fucking Olivia showed up and was like, you suck at your job. You're a host. You're supposed to be like talking to people and like wait for people and not have your phone like buried in your nose or whatever, backwards, same thing. So Brooklyn is a bad hostess. She hates it. But she's always hated being a server, after hearing her conversation with Dusty about it. And he was like, go teach kids scales. And she was like, yeah, if I teach kids scales, Link is going to like try to take my money from that too. So she storms off as the brat that she is, saying that she's going to have to find one way out of this or another, which is alluding to she's going to sell him her shares because Link didn't want to take the $1 million check that Ned offered him, and all the lawyers looked at the paperwork, and it's an ironclad contract. So that's clearly the next step, is that Valentine's going to buy her shares from Link or whatever. So, Valentine's ready to take over ELQ. And we found that out with his conversation with Nell today. Oh my, like what his motive was there. So Olivia and Ned had talked for a second. There wasn't really much to that. Michael and Ned talked for a second. He was like, yo, you're the face of our brand, blah, 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 ELQ. I mean, Nell mentioned something before that about going to China. That's what she wanted to do, was go to China. I wonder if they'll extradite. They're not going to extradite people who kidnap people in China. Maybe that's why she chose China, right? Not sure about that one. just gonna turn the brightness up. It is pretty dark in here. Sorry. Um, so, um, yeah. Fucking Nell, man. She went to Valentine and he was like, this is way less money than what Michael and the Quartermains were going to offer you. And she was like, mm hmm. He said, yeah, but were they going to offer you freedom and like a home and a place to go? And she said, no, that's true. So I'm curious what you're going to do, why you want this, what's your plan? He's like, oh, I don't normally tell people, but you know what, fuck it, you might get a kick out of it. She was like, yeah, tell me. He's like, well, Michael and his girlfriend crossed me and fucked my life up, so I need to teach them a lesson. And I looked into ELQ and it was ripe for a stealing. So that's what I'm gonna do. He just wanted to fuck with Michael and take his job or take his money. It was hilarious, just cause. So that's kind of funny. Fucking Nell says she's going to China, huh? That's a weird thing. I just got ink on my sheet. Damn it. Oh well. I don't know if she's really going to go to China or not, but he gave her a passport with that baby's face on it. So, like, he's aiding and abetting her kidnapping. How does this end for Valentine? You know what I mean? Except, if they catch her, then they need to ask her who helped you get out of the country now, and then he's going to have to, like, give her more money or figure out a way to get her to escape or whatever, unless my prediction comes true and Julian tracks her bitch ass down and kills her. That's what I want. I want him to kill her. Anyway, that's my hope there. For those people, there wasn't much more to it. I mean, Julian and Brad exchanged words about them leaving. And he said, just because you are going across country doesn't mean you're going to be out of my reach. And I think that kind of scared Brad because it's true. So then they had that conversation with Willow. Oh yeah, Chase came through today to talk to Michael and have this whole like threatening conversation with him. And what I really liked about that conversation, right, was that when Michael said, look, I have nothing to do with my father's alleged business. He said, I like how you slipped in that word alleged, like you've been saying it your whole life. He's like, well, I have. I lead a separate life from him. And he's like, oh, do you really? He was like, yeah, I don't know anything about it. We're separate. Just like you and your brother, for example. He's a doctor, you're a cop. You don't share your cases with him just like he doesn't share cases with you. You have separate lives. You live around each other and you are family, but separate, right? And Chase was like, well, when you put it that way, like I really like that doctor versus cop analogy that he gave, to be honest. And then last but not least, Sam said you should really consider me being the godparent, but nope, they decided that it should be Willow. So I wonder if they're going to get that in writing before Lucas figures out that it's really not his kid or not Willow's kid. Are they going to get that legally binded? Are they changing it from Michael being godparent? He's Wiley's godfather to like, is Willow going to be the official godmother? And is that going to upset him? Or is he just like a figurative godfather and she is like going to be the documented legal guardian? And again, are they going to get this written down on paper before? We'll see. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens the rest of this week, to be honest. And, oh yeah, you can't see me at all, but next time I do this review, I'm going to open the window so then people can see me. Thanks for sticking with me this long in the dark. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.